Hi, this is Nikki Woods with the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and I have the extreme privilege and pleasure of talking to Cuba Gooding Jr. Good morning.
Good morning, Nikki. Thank you for having me.
No, we are honored. I was so excited when I heard that you were going to play the role of Eugene Brown in,
Oh,
in Life of a King. Tell me a little bit about, for those who are not familiar with it. I remember the story, but for those who are not familiar with it, tell me a little bit about Eugene Brown and how this movie project came about.
sure. I think it's no big secret that my favorite roles are the real life people, and I think if there's a theme of the films of mine that have really connected to an audience, way back from Boys in the Hood to Men of Honor to Red Tails, even The Butler, it's the theme of the family nucleus, the father-son relationships. And here you have a man in Eugene Brown who was incarcerated for more than 17 years, and when he got out of prison, he decided to make a difference in his community, and he wound up in this inner city high school where the students were hellraisers, and he wound up turning them into chess champions and turning their lives around, and it was just one of those stories that I read, and it just really touched me. It touched my soul, and it made such a statement to me that. No matter where you come from, you can still make a difference in your life.
Yeah, and so the meaning, I guess, behind the title "Life," um, and the king is the king piece in chess, correct?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Right, and Eugene ended up carrying that piece around to remind himself.
That's it. In chess, I think one of the main principles of the game is to anticipate the other player's move. Thereby, the line in the movie "Think before you move" is so relevant because in life, you know, so many times we get ourselves in situations and we put ourselves there because we act hastily, or we act out of emotion. And if we just stop and took the time to think through our actions before actually doing them, or think before we say certain things that might be, harmful to the ones we love, we would be better off. And I think a lot of lessons in chess that you learn can prepare you for, just to react to things in life uh, in a more positive way. And I think that when I read this script, it was one of those things where, without being preachy or being too overly sentimental, it was one of those scripts that just engaged me. And again, being somebody's real life, and yet them finding a way to use the examples of a board game and affect so many young kids to turn their lives around in the inner cities was it just felt like a wonderful opportunity.
Now, did you play the game of chess, or did you have to learn for this film, or did you have to learn?
I absolutely had to learn for the for the film.
It is one of
My
the
father
most
always played it.
challenging games to learn, isn't it?
It really is. It really is, and it's funny because we had like chess champions on the set as advisors that were talking us through this the simplest moves, and when they would talk you through it, it's like, wow, this game's easy. But then when they weren't there and
Yeah.
you tried to remember what they said, it was like, yeah, no, this is a really, this is a thinking's man game. You know,
Yeah, it really really is. So
it really is.
and so do you, I mean, because I know that I taught school before I went into radio, and one of the things that I taught was chess because of that, because you have to think so far in advance. It's not just
That's
the
right.
next move. You have to think like, okay, you have to figure out if I move here, what are they going to do? And then how do I counter and
Yeah,
all of that kind of stuff. So it was a great
yeah.
way for people just to learn that kind of strategy for life and in school or whatever else, thinking
Yeah, just
beyond the next move.
so many kids. It's funny. I did this last movie, the Butler, and we were doing interviews like this, and a lot of the young interviewers who are in college didn't know about the civil rights movements. And it's funny. It's so easy to be distracted today
Hmm.
with the internet and with just movies that you can watch on your cell phone and everything else, and I think in turn it's giving kids a short attention span. And games like chess, when you didn't have anything else to play, engaged you intellectually in a way to just ruminate and think about just the moment, and the moment seems so fleeting now with all the distractions. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is it's like, it's such an interesting game to play.
Amen. So it's in theaters this weekend?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Friday, select theaters and on video on demand.
All right. It is Life of a King starring Cuba Gooding Jr. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for bringing these roles to life for us. I
Oh,
think, like you said, we mentioned all the stories, the little known stories that make up who we are as a people. And
that's
this
right.
is an important one to tell. And we appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm Nikki Woods for the Tom Joyner Morning Show. And that was Cuba Gooding Jr. The movie Life of a King is in theaters June 17th. You can take that second one.